Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Midpungmaster here, today with the NCP Nimbus Season 3 Draft Analysis. So, NCP is ran by my good pals, John Jr. and Zombie. Even though they're both bad at mons, they're good people, so John Jr. invited me in, so I was like, you know what, I had to. He sent me like this really nice invite photo, so I was like, how could I say no? I was in NCP Nimbus Season 1, but then dropped just due to some stuff I don't want to talk about. So I'm back with the Alabama Rollouts. It was Kentucky Torcat Season 1, but I'm Alabama Rollouts Season 3 just because, you know, John made the logo. John is in charge of this league. Might as well just do that. And I'm Kentucky Torcats and APA Academy, so I just want to be able to use both logos. So yeah. So the lineup of coaches this season is really amazing. There's me, John Jr., OG Albina, Diet Tight, Zombie, Crimson Seabad. Who else is there? Matt O'Shea, JB Westside, Shakeweza. Star. Then there's Ultra Player. It's really bugging me that I can't think of all these other players, all these other coaches. Oh, there's Sir Jorge, there's Brendan, OP Jellison. How could I forget OP Jellison? How could I forget Grandmaster D Ray? Then there's Root. So I believe I've got all the coaches. If I don't remember all of them, just look in the description where I post all the coaches' links to their channels. So go check them out. And also don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more Draft League content, because that's mainly what I do on this channel. And if you guys don't want to see that, just tell me. I'm still gonna do it anyways, but I might try uploading like Showdown Lives or other videos. So so I believe I was 13th out of 16 in the draft, which, you know, like, isn't terrible, but it just means you don't get a great first round pick. So there is a mon that John Jr. just has to get every draft league he's in. He's gotten, I believe, in all but 2 leagues so far, and that is Toxtricity. And I just kind of let that happen again. So you see, I got Toxtricity round 1. I should not have got this round 1, but like the only other mon that was there that I could have taken, see, because you can tell, look at the bottom of the screen, see all the mons that were taken to this point. So the only one that was there that I really liked was Corviknight, but I had to get Toxtricity just so John couldn't get it. Toxtricity isn't the greatest mon. It's definitely not a round 1 mon, but I just felt like it's a mon I want to use, and it's just a cool mon. You get shift gear, so you get +2 speed, +1 attack. You also have the punk rock ability, so your sound moves will do more damage. So, which is mainly what he uses. He'll mainly use like overdrive, boom burst. I believe those are the only 2 sound moves, but like you'll run those every other week. And then you can run like Volt Switch, Sludge Wave, Snarl. All it does get Snarl, that is a sound move. And it also gets a wide variety of like physical moves to make the a mixed shift gear set even better, with like Fire Punch, Throat Chop, and such. So this mon is, like I've said before, is definitely not a round 1 mon, but I cannot let John get this for another league. And this league I'm not taking super serious. Like, I'm going to try in it, but I'm also trying to have some more fun compared to how I'm going to try hard APA Academy, because this is just a league full of a lot of people that I really respect and are my friends. So I want to have some fun with it. So Toxtricity, I really like it. It's a cool mon after seeing JJ use it in GDL in a wide variety of showdown leagues he's also used it in. I'm super excited to use it. But next up, round 2. So Zombie took Corviknight. I can't remember what Matt took. I know Josh took, what was it, Dracovish? Oh, I could have taken Dracovish, but I think Dracovish is overrated. But yeah. Also, I forgot to say that I believe Mew is banned, Kieran Black is banned. What else is there? Aegislash and G-Darm are all banned. So those are the only 4 mons that weren't really there besides like legendaries and Ubers. And we are post home. So any mon that was coded into the game that weren't you couldn't obtain before are in. So like you can draft Blastoise, Venusaur, As you can see, Seabag got Jirachi and such. So it's like more mons compared to what were available in GDL. So round 2, it's a mon. I got a mon that I've never used before, but John Jr. did help me a lot with this draft. He also made my draft slides like he did for everybody else because he's a madman, and he put mid pokey faster because of a terrible meme. It's just terrible. I might be able to pull that meme up for you. So as I discuss my round 2 pick, I'm gonna pull up the meme. But I got Conkelder. He has this in my only called BBR Showdown. So like, you know, we have a Wi-Fi division in a, what's it called? A Showdown division now, which is pretty cool. But you just know Conkelder is really cool. I know I have this meme somewhere. I just can't just think about it without it. But Conkelder is really cool. It's the best defogger in the entire game, honestly. But with that Iron Fist, you know, just being able to hit off those Drain Punches, Mach Punches, Thunder Punch, I believe it gets Ice Punch, maybe even Fire Punch. But there's just so many different, it does the same things each week, just a physically offensive monster that you can't switch into because of what switches into like crazy offensive fighting types. Psychic and Fairies. What does Conkelder get? It gets Knockoff and Poison Jab. So it's easily able just to 1 or 2 shot almost everything in the game. So yeah, I just think it's a really good mon. I know I have this meme pinned somewhere. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna have to save this. Unknown. Shout out to Panda Robert for making this beautiful meme. Teacher, what's so funny? Nothing. My brain. Mid-pokey faster instead of mid-pokey master. So you put my face on the flash. Ahaha. Greatest meme, am I right? We're gonna hide that. But so let's actually get back into Conkelder. It has, as before, it has Iron Fist, but also has Guts. Like a Guts Flame Orb set is extremely like offensively hard to switch into because then you can also run Facade. It's coming up like a base 140 attack with a Guts boosted Facade just isn't gonna, you're just not gonna switch in well. Like that 2 shots almost everything. And then if a Ghost type tries to come in on this thing, you have the knockoff. You also have Sheer Force, so like if you don't feel like running Iron Fist and you want more damage with like a Poison Jab or something, you can run that. I probably won't run Sheer Force, but between Guts and Iron Fist, those are 2 amazing abilities. Next up, we got Obstagoon. I originally had Incineroar, which John Jr. told me was a terrible pick, but I wanted to use Incineroar. But then when Seabad joined in, I was like, you know what? I really did want Obstagoon on this team originally, but they got taken right after me in round 2 by the person Seabad replaced. So, you know, as soon as he said he wanted to make drops, I was like, bro, would you trade Incineroar for Obstagoon? And he said yes. I was like, holy crap, I just talked to Seabad. But then I was like, but I just got Obstagoon, which is a broken mon. It's just a faster Conkelder with another 3 great abilities between Reckless, Guts, and Defiant. So like, Guts, as I already said with Conkelder, if you just get that Flame Orb activated, just Facade, Knockoff, Close Combat, Gung Shot. And even its parting shots, like, if I just want to pivot out with this thing, I can. Choice Scarf pivot with this thing is amazing. There's not really a lot of switch-ins, and I like that you have normal spam, but with a dark typing, so you can click Knockoff on the incoming Ghost type if you want to click Facade. Also, like that you get Gung Shot for those fairies. It's very hard to switch into this thing. Like anything that really wants to, you have a coverage move for, which makes it super offensive. You also get Reckless, so if you just want to put on like a Choice Band Reckless Double Edge, you're just gonna claim lives. And then if I compare this thing with Webs, and I run Defiant, if they try to like defog those away, I'll be at +2 attack, just for free for just switching in and like them clicking defog. So this mod has just so much offensive prowess, like my whole team does. So I kind of need some more bulk, and I need to kind of work on cores because right now I don't have any. Because you always want a Fairy Dragon Steel core and a Fire Water Grass, but I have none of those tapping so far. So next pick I got a Rakunid. So Webs pairs well with this team. Not well, pairs amazing. So Obstagoon can outspeed everything without having to run a Choice Scarf. Toxtricity can outspeed a lot of things, so it doesn't have to also run a Choice Scarf or Shift Gear. So it just makes those ones so much better with that speed power, that speed prowess really. And then Araquanid's really hard to switch into, and it's my first Stealth Rock weakness, so it's not really a big deal that I'm weak to rocks with this thing. But I think it's just so... I love the Water Bubble ability because you can't get Scald Burn, and then like your liquidations and Scalds just do so much more damage. It's unreal. So I'm using Araquanid and PTL right now, and it's not the greatest one, but like it does the work it needs to, because liquidation just will destroy everything. The grass types I want to switch in, you have Leash Life. You get Sticky Web and Toxic. You can even run like a Soak, Infestation, Toxic set, and just wear down like a Steel or Poison type to make the rest of my team that much better. Is going to be a fun set to run. And we are using lane timer, so we don't have to worry about like a 20-minute timer. So we'll just be using land. So I think right now my team's like just really slow, so I need some speed. I'll get some later, but I really like my team. It's a bunch of mons that I'm comfortable with. Like, I've never used Conkeldurr or Toxtricity. I've used Girder. I've used Obstagoon once already in Gen 8, and I really liked it. I had an APA Classic, and it got above 10 kills with it. And something I've really enjoyed in Araquanid. I've used numerous times, and I've enjoyed it every time. So, next mon I got was Gardevoir. I wanted a Fairy type, so... and a good Psychic type. I wanted... it's another one that likes Sticky Webs but isn't reliant, because it's still a good Choice Scarf user. It just has a dual step that's crazy hard to switch into besides Steel types, but it does get Mystical Fire and Focus Blast, so it can just, like, if I predict what Steel types are in the game, I don't really know. What Steel types are in the game? I really can't think of anything, but I think Aggron is, maybe? I had no idea, but it does some damage to anything that doesn't resist a hit. It has such a wide variety of coverage. You get Psychic, Psyshock, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, and it gets a wide variety of like moves that are like good for the team, like Healing Wish, Wish Protect. I believe it gets Aromatherapy. Don't hold me to that. It also gets Will-O-Wisp. So like, it can just do so much defensively while and also offensively, and you don't have to put much investment into its special attack just because it's already so high. And I think it's just a great mon that supports the team really well, makes Araquanid like such a better Sticky Webber. Like, as I said before, this team doesn't need them, but it helps it out so much, and Gardevoir is just, I believe, a good team support for this. And it gives me my Psychic, Dark, Fighting Core, I believe, which isn't like a main core, but it's a good core to have. So next up, we'll grab Noivern. This is the one I've been wanting to use all of Gen 8. A bunch of people are using it and liking it, and I believe it's so much better with the heavy duty boots now, because even though it has like a base 97 special attack, when you have 123 base speed, you're going to outspeed almost everything in this meta, and just be able to drop a Draco, or an Air Slash, or get a Defog or Roost. This thing be super offensive with like Hurricane, Air Slash, Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor, Flamethrower. Those are like the only coverage moves it gets, but like you also have like team support with like Taunt, Roost, Defog, U-Turn, and stuff like that. So like if you have the heavy duty boots and you want to defog away rocks, you can switch them without taking the rocks damage and just doing some damage. So Noivern's a really cool mon that I've seen a lot of people use and like, so I'm super excited to use it. So next up, we have Claydol. I wanted another hazard remover. I usually like to have 3 hazard removers, and even though I'm not like insanely weak to like hazards at this point, it just makes me feel better knowing I don't have to run Defog Noivern. Actually, I already have the 3 hazard removers in Defog Conk, Defog Noivern, and Rapid Spin Claydol, and it gives me my first Stealth Rockers because in APA Classic, I believe season 14, I did not have any hazard setter at all besides Sticky Webs, so my opponents could just run Focus Sashes against me, not having to like worry about it. But now they actually have to, you know, can I run a Focus Sash against this team, or can I not? So, in Stealth Rocks just give a good like chip that a lot of mons on this team need. Like Toxtricity always likes a little bit of chip because it has like base 114 special attack, so it won't always be able to just pick up those raw KOs, but it just helps it out just a little bit. Coder likes chip, Obstagoon likes chip, Gardevoir likes chip, so it just makes it that much better. It makes my whole team that much better, and it gives me a ground immunity, which my team desperately needed alongside Noivern, because originally I had Incineroar, so like Electricity plus Incineroar really didn't help my ground type. Didn't really help my ground weakness. Now that I just have Toxtricity, it's not as bad. So like this team's really coming together. I feel it's not like insane. Like it has a bunch of like mediocre to good mons that your opponent always has to prep for and do good damage. That they have to worry about doing damage to. So next up, we got Gourgeist. Needed a grass type. Every team needs a grass type, because even the lower tier are still really good. And it also gives me a ghost type, which is a Rapid Spin immunity for my webs on Araquanid. So like my opponents can have trouble with rapid spinning those away or defogging them away, which is really nice. And like I can use any of the 4 forms, so I don't really know what this thing does. I know it gives like Leech Seed, Sub, Willow, Synthesis. Looks like my webcam's not like reading my face right, or just like kind of zoomed out, so I'll see if I can fix that real quick. But this mod's just really good. Well, I mean, it's not really good, but like it does what it needed to. It does what it needs to. So it looks like my webcam's just not gonna work, so yeah, let me try something real quick. Yep, there we go. So webcam's fixed. So Gourgeist is really nice. Like it has the defensive power you need, but also has the physical offensive pressure that you need. It can also be Will-O-Wisp Explosion. I believe it gets Memento, so like a Memento and like into Bulk Up Conkeldurr or Bulk Up Obstagoon or like Shift Gear Toxtricity, it makes it really nice. So I have 2 months left. So I get Linoon here. I'll probably drop it, but I didn't drop it because even though I have Obstagoon, it doesn't break Sweet Heat's claws because you have to have Galarian and Linoon for it. But I have to keep this thing because I can't let Zombie have it. He's too broken with this. He beat A-Drive with it. He's crit through so many people with Linoon, so Belly Drum Extreme Speed just destroys teams if you get enough chip damage on things. So sometimes it's hard to set up the Belly Drum, but once you do, it's just gone. The opponent's team is gone. Not really much to say. I'm probably going to drop this thing, but I couldn't figure out what to drop it for. And last month, I got Escavalier. It gives me a Steel type, and I love that there's no hidden power, so you don't have to run Aqua Berry every week. It also gives me a Bug type that is not weak to rocks, like Araquanid. Like I'll double up on Bug types, but that's an amazing offensive like typing. The only one that really wants to switch into that is Fire. But I just feel like I don't know, I just feel like Escavalier's not really gonna care. It gets Razor Shell now, which I think is super cool. So like if my weak 1 opponent has a Charizard, and this thing almost kills it just depending on the set with Razor Shell, which is really cool, and it gets Drill Run and such. Ironhead Mega Horn gives me another knockoff user, so I just really like Escavalier. I really like this whole team, so comment down below on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best team, 1 being the worst team. Tell me how you feel about this team. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check every Saturday for NCP uploads. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.